We have now covered the basics of mutations, but there's just one more thing I want to mention about them before moving on to something else, although that something is very related. Mutations must be synchronous, meaning that you should not have any asynchronous code within mutations. For example, if you needed to make an HTTP request to some server, then this should not be done within a mutation. The reason is that one of the main benefits of using a mutation in the first place is the predictable behavior of knowing what mutates a stored state and when. This gives developer tools the ability to track the mutations of an application and to debug the application. In fact, you can even do so-called time traveling between the various states of an application with VueJs developer tools that I showed you earlier. At the end of this section, I will show you what we can do with the developer tools. If we include asynchronous code within mutations, we lose the benefit of tracking because developer tools then cannot detect the mutations properly. That's because the developer tool captures a before and after snapshot for every mutation to make time traveling possible for debugging purposes. If you include some asynchronous code within a mutation, there is no way for the developer tool to know when this callback is invoked and to capture the after snapshot. You could add any code within a mutation and the developer tools will have no way of detecting which code is asynchronous and which is not. After all, it's not a magic tool. Besides, mutations should only be responsible for mutating a stored state and not deal with other things, such as making HTTP requests, for example. The point is that including asynchronous code within mutations would cause a lot of side effects, particularly in regards to debugging. Apart from that, the code would also be harder to read and understand, so really no good comes from doing this. That being said, there might be situations where you need some asynchronous behavior, and you might be tempted to place this within mutations. Don't do that, because now we're going to take a look at how you can accomplish this with something called actions.